What is up, Royals? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be potting up the rest of my plants that I started from seed. The weather is finally kind of back to normal to where I can get in the garden and really get some things done. So the next few videos that I'm gonna post, they're gonna be it's gonna be like a series of 3 videos per plant. So I'll just do like the planting, mid-season, and then the harvest of the plant. So it'll be 3 videos, and then I'll probably just be posting randomly in between those times just to keep you updated on what's going on with them. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start putting some of these plants into their final grow bags. All right, let's go ahead and do it. Planting cucumbers is pretty simple. You don't need to do much amendments to the soil, but I did make this myself. This soil, this is the same soil that I've been using for all of my container plants this year, and I will be showing you how to make this. We're not going to be adding anything to the soil to plant these cucumber seeds. It's pretty straightforward, and with a few simple tips, you should be on your way to a nice healthy cucumber plant. So to start off, you want to pick the right container for your cucumber plants. This bucket is a 5-gallon bucket. So in this case, I have about 6 plants in this cup. So I'm gonna put about 3 plants into this container. I think this will be okay for 3 plants. We'll see. We're gonna try it out this year, and if it does well, I will continue to do it. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and plant them. And the cool thing about cucumbers, just like tomato plants, you can go ahead and bury these stems all the way up to the first leaf. So I'm just going to go ahead and bury these all the way up, and they won't be as leggy as they are now, and they should be really nice and healthy. So when you bury these cucumber plants, they will set out roots along their stems, and that'll give you an extra strong plant. We're going to go ahead and thin these down to 3 plants. And when you're dealing with your cucumbers, you want to be extra gentle because these stems will snap so easily. It's not even funny. These are almost like a celery, but even they remind me of the consistency of a celery, but way more tender, I guess, if that makes sense. If you've grown cucumbers before, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But make sure you're being very gentle with these when you're transplanting them, because you don't want to lose a whole plant just because, you know, at the end you're trying to hurry up and get them into the dirt. So yeah, let's go ahead and pot these babies up. When you're trying to get these out of the container, make sure you're holding the stems throughout your fingers, kind of like this, so that you're supporting the plant. Always support the plant. Come on, babies, come out. Woo! All right. How nice. I'm gonna try to just split it in half. So 3 and 3, we're just gonna split it down the middle. There we go. See if that'll work for us. And these are gonna go into my other 5-gallon bucket. But for now, we're gonna work on these 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna place these evenly within this container. So we're gonna do 3 holes. I usually like to do like a peace sign so that I can kind of gauge where they'll be placed. So just kind of draw a Y in your soil, and then do 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, just so you can kind of see where they need to go. And we're gonna dig deep down into the soil so we can bury that root so that we can get some nice strong roots going. And try to dig your holes before you actually set the plant in there so that you don't break your plant. And that looks about right. Now let's see if it's deep enough. Oh, you know what's the trickiest thing about gardening? Is getting a deep enough hole for your plants. That's the trickiest thing that I've come across since I've been gardening. Like, that's one thing that irks me every time. It's like, it's never deep enough. Let's see now. I think that's good enough. Just as long as you get some of the stem buried, that'll be good. So go ahead and back cover very gently. And you don't have to pack the soil in on these cucumbers very much. I keep saying this just because I'm trying to forewarn you so that you don't break your little plants that you've been working so hard on, you know? We've been working on these for months. Okay, and then this is the last hole. I know I told you don't do this, but be very careful if you are. And this should be deep enough, so we'll go ahead and put this third one in. Just place it in there and just backfill it. Okay, and just very lightly cover them. You don't have to pack them in at all. They'll do fine. This is what your 5-gallon container would look like with 3 cucumber plants. Very simple and easy to do. Cucumbers like full sun, so if you have a spot in the yard that these could get full sun, 6 to 8 hours, they will do great. You're going to want to fertilize these every 10 to 14 days. I'm going to go ahead and water these in with a fish fertilizer. I use the Alaska fish fertilizer. That is my favorite. The Alaskan fish fertilizer is a soluble fertilizer, so that nutrients will be available to your plant right now. We didn't put anything into like the planting holes, so you do want to get your plants some type of fertilizer that they can use right away. So after you've done this, you would want to put your cucumbers on some type of vertical trellis so that they can climb and start growing. I made an A-frame trellis, so that's what I'll be putting these on, and they should do really well. So you want to make sure that you keep your cucumbers watered. Do not let them dry out. Cucumbers are mostly water, so that's how they're going to grow, and they grow pretty fast, so make sure that you water them consistently. So for now, I'll leave these here for the rest of the day until the morning because I did just transplant them and they're in a bit of a shock. So yeah, we'll go ahead and let these rest. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you are interested in this type of content. Give me a big thumbs up and I will see you in my next one. Bye, Royals.